Hi everybody, it's Connie. 2 o'clock on Wednesday and I am live, trying to adjust some of my lighting. So today we're going to be talking about the stamp of the month. It's called Sweet Little Things and it is a huge hit. People are loving this stamp of the month, and after having owls for a couple of months, I love it too. So before we get started, I just want to show you a couple things. First, Close to My Heart just announced a new special, and it is a VIP only special, and basically you get a big workshop. It's $60. You get page protectors, a stamp set, you get acrylic pieces, Picture My Life cards, and it's just a big set. You'll notice it comes with a lot of cardstock, and then it also comes with these papers, which is the current mix-in papers. So, I'm sideways. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna fiddle with my camera. You guys are gonna be like, what are you doing? Okay. It says I can't rotate my phone while I'm recording, so I'm going to be sideways today apparently. Maybe I can just turn my whole phone. Anyway, so the VIP thing is a huge special, and there you're going to see a special program for it. Is that better? Am I right side up? Good. Okay. So I find that these are kind of hit and miss. If you don't love the VIP special, don't sweat it, don't get it. But if you love it, it's there, and it's only for people who are VIPs. Now the other thing I want to show you before we do the Stamp of the Month art is it's that time of year where you have all those Christmas cards that you received left over and you don't know what to do with them. Hi Heather and Gina. So I wanted to show you a couple of things. I showed this last year too. Basically, I have a ring and a couple pieces of chipboard that I decorated with Christmassy papers, and then I just put all those photo style Christmas cards in here. And so then over the years, as I get more, I can just open it up and slip them in, and then they become a kind of a mini album, and you get to see how people look as they grow up, which is really kind of a neat thing. So this one is my, I think, third one that I have, and so I wanted to show you that because that's how I store all my photo cards. And then I may have shown you this before too, but I like to do like mixed media book kind of things, and I like to go into old bookstores and find books that have like a Christmassy title. Now this is Mary Higgins Clark, so it's probably a murder mystery, but it does say Silent Night and Christmassy things on all the pages. And basically for many years I have added photos and I've cut apart cards. I've done lots of like this inking and distressing, and you know, this gives me a chance to use like all those, you know how you get the rub-ons and the stickers and the things that maybe you aren't going to use in a scrapbook page or something like that. You know, I just decorate the pages however I want, and they're just very mixed what's in here. I took a class by a mixed media artist up in Chicago probably, I don't know, 20 years ago or something, and she taught us how to do inserts in the pages where you glue your pages together, and you can make like put like an Altoids tin into the little hidden insert, like a pocket. She taught us how to do pop-ups. So I have pop-ups throughout this book. Some of the little scraps of things that I have sitting around I've used. A lot of these come from Christmas cards that people sent me. And then if I have a special one where someone sent me a letter, I just put the whole card in there and glued it. And sometimes, you know, just inking the pages and adding someone's handwriting, you know, just anything to make it kind of interesting to look at. I have a few pages that have like little pockets where I made like put a little envelope on there. And if the card is really a unique and special card from someone, I'll put it in there and cut it apart or put it in whole. This was like one of the very first cards Steve's grandmother ever made, and so she sent it to me, and I thought that was really special. There is one of our gingerbread houses. So this is just, you know, over the years, various pictures, and sometimes like this page, for example, I have stickers and things that I would not use on a scrapbook page. I just don't have a need. I don't take those kind of pictures, and so I can put them in here and still have fun making something with them. And sometimes it helps if you make your pages sturdier by gluing them together or clipping extra pieces together so that your page is sturdier. But I just wanted to show you this as an idea for how you could just kind of randomly save. Like, I love some of the Christmas cards I receive, but they're not exactly all handmade, but I love how they look. I don't want to throw them away, so maybe I keep them. This card was one where my mother used to make handmade ornaments for all of her coworkers every year, and after my mother died, her coworker sent me this Christmas card in a big package full of all of the handmade ornaments my mother had made for her over 20 years. And she said, you know, she really felt like she wanted me to have all of those ornaments. And so I was able to keep that card, keep that special memory, and then give out all of those ornaments to all the grandkids for Christmas that year. That was really neat. So I just wanted to show you that because it's just kind of, you know, over time, this book is starting to get a little big, and so it's time for me to start a new book. But it is really fun to add things to this a little bit every year, and it becomes kind of like one of our big traditions. Okay, so the stamp of the month. Oh my gosh, we've had a lot of people talking about the stamp of the month, and so what I did was I stamped a whole bunch of the images and the messages, and you can see how sometimes I'll just do like a 1/2-inch strip and just stamp these across the row, and then I can just cut them apart and use them as I need to. Same way with Oh Happy Day, and then just cut them apart and use them as I need to. So I have the messages here. I'm gonna set those to the side. And then this cute little mouse, my gosh. So I stamped a whole bunch of the cute little mouse because I will be using him on Valentine's cards. I'm gonna be making some Valentine cards this week. But today, just normal cards, just regular cards. And I brought my markers so that we could color just a little bit. So I'm gonna move these out of the way. I store these in the same envelope with my stamp of the month, and that way, whenever I need something, it's already stamped. Some of the work is done for me. I don't have to do quite so much work. Now, this is a little hard to see, but there's a little mouse. This little mouse is really cute in gray or brown. And so for those of you who are buying the markers a little at a time, I wanted to show you that the ones I use the most are the brown gray blends, the brown grays, the ice gray, and then I use muted brown a lot. So if you're gonna, I know it's boring to buy browns, but these are the most popular ones that I personally use. Yep, Heather, I always stamp in the intense black when I'm going to color in, and then just make sure it's really dry. So let me just show you. So the way it works is in the catalog there's like two sets. There's like a blends and a shades, and the blends tend to be the like there's like deep blends and essential blends or something. So the deeper ones are the shades. And if I show you my handy dandy reference tool, you can see when I fill it out, like this pink blend has the top three would be the essential marker, and the bottom three colors would be the deep blends marker. One of the things I thought about doing is purchasing a half-off pack of the markers, and then for those of you who are kind of trying to collect the markers, you could, like, instead of my freebie other item that month, maybe you get a free marker, because a half-off marker is still, it's like, oh, I want to say it's going to be like $3.50 or something, which is right around the price point for a lot of my freebies that I give out. And so what I do with these is I always start with the light color, and then I go to the darkest color and I tap it kind of where I think there would be some shadow, like under his chin, on that arm, like that. And then and actually that would be all that you would need. And then you can go back with your lighter color and blend it together more. And I like him with the little white belly. The other color I want to do a little pink in his ears, and this is the pale pink blend, and I like to use the light, and I might even put just a little bit on his cheeks. And then I like to go to the medium or dark and just kind of do a little bit extra there in the shadow. Okay, so there's the little mouse. Now, the picture that I'm working on, or the card that I'm working on, I have a little blue and a little purple, so I can pick whatever I want. And so I picked a purple that was close, which is the hydrangea blend. It's interesting sometimes on the colors, some are more grayed and some are more bright looking, and so there's a lot of different purples. There's like lavender, pink, violet, purple, hydrangea, dusty purple, and I find that I use a lot of that hydrangea blend and the regular purple. So just my favorite greens, I actually like almost all of the greens, and so I feel like you can't go wrong buying green. Okay, so let's make our first card. Isn't he cute? Now I could cut him out and he could pop off the card page, but I wanted to show you what I did here. I'm using, I have been really into the embossing folders lately. They catch my eye, and so I have been buying all that Close to My Heart excuse me, Close to My Heart makes, and I'm just gonna get a card base ready. I went ahead and embossed that in the flowers. Isn't that pretty? I just love it, just love it. And it goes right on top there. And you could use the debossed side if you like it better. There's embossed where it pops out at you, and there's debossed where it kind of moves away from you. And I'm going to get that out of the way. Because it's embossed, I'm going to use a little more adhesive than normal because I want to make sure it sticks well. And I'm just going to put that on there like that. Now the other thing I want to do is I want to put, what my goal is to have a stripe, and I can't decide between the burlap. This will be here with the little mouse like that. Isn't it cute? I like the burlap, but obviously it's short, so I would have to cut it and put half here and half here. I could do that, but I think I'm going to use this zip strip. So let me get my glue. So what's everybody doing today? Anything exciting? We have been in the process of buying the house next door, which I don't know how much I've talked about. I feel like some people, that's all I talk about with them, and other people have never heard me talk about it. But basically, our neighbor guy moved, and he wanted to rent it. He wanted to sell it to someone who was going to rent it out. And we were like, ew, no, please. And so we went ahead and decided to buy it. And I'm going to use it for a big stamp class area, so I could do some in-person stuff. I like how you're working, Noel. I'm happy that you're feeling better. I'm sorry that you're cleaning, Heather. Anyway, this has anybody else like hoard baker's twine? I am such a hoarder on this stuff. So what I'm gonna do is just tie this on before I attach it to the card. I'm gonna tie that in a knot. I say that like it's so easy. You know, it's really weird that on camera you have to have kind of your arms out in front of you a little bit, and it's surprising how much harder it is to tie ribbons and get things straight. You would think it would just, it's only a few inches difference, but wow, what a difference. Hold on a minute, let me trim that. Okay, so I really like the twine on there. I'm gonna do 2. We have time. I'm gonna take a little time. Today I was like, you know, I'm always racing through here. I sound like I'm out of breath and running around, but the truth is I have time. So anyway, today the appraisal lady came to appraise the house we're buying. It just makes it that much closer, that much closer. I'm so happy. I can't wait until that's over. That house is sort of a disaster inside in terms of it needs massive updating. And so Steve and I we've been, you know how you sit and you talk about all the cool projects that you want to do? Well, we are ready to get started. Hi, Margie. Now, I would normally go ahead and put that on a little foam tape, but today, just for time, I'm gonna just glue it. So, I don't know, Margie, did you pop on in time to hear me say that I'm buying that house next door? The one where he redid the kitchen. Ta-da! I think that's really cute. The other thing that could be added to it are just a few sparkles. I have like just a few sitting here. I don't know why I have sparkles sitting on my desk, but I do. There. And then I really like let me move this out of the way. I really like the message. I could put the message on here, you mean the world to me, or oh, happy day, or you make me smile. I like that, you make me smile. That's really cute. So I'm just gonna cut that off. Yeah, so my neighbor guy is a single guy, and he was working in Washington, D.C., and he decided to move closer to family, and he just sort of came over one day and said, hey, my pod is arriving tomorrow, and are you guys still interested in buying the house? Because I'm going to be gone before Christmas. And we were like, what? And so we just sort of got everything together really quick. Really quick is right. Okay, the next card, we're going to do the little bunnies. And I wanted to use the wood grain paper, so I think I'm going to use more of the brown tones with this one. I have the muted brown blend, and I have the gold brown shade. So let's do the muted brown, and let's try that. Anyway, so we were not enthusiastic about his plan B, if we didn't buy it, was to have like one of the realtors in town buy it, and they would rent it out. And the idea of having rental properties next to us did not make us very excited. So, and this way too, I know it sounds crazy, but I have a couple of nieces who are doing school remote, and they are both excited about the idea of coming and helping me paint and redo, and yes, plenty of space to stamp and scrapbook and whatever else I wanted to do. I was even thinking about, at Christmas, I was like, gosh, if he would have just given me a little more notice. I mean, we could have, several people gotten together and made Christmas cookies and had a swap and whatever. I was thinking, there's so many options of things. Even we just get together and everybody crops. So I like this muted brown. It's got a little bit of a yellowish color, so it'll go with that wood tone nicely. I've seen some of the consultants using just an outline, like they'll just take this and outline the critter like this. And you know what? It looks just fine. It really does. It looks just fine. But I'm going to color mine in since I did the other one. And then let's see. What else is new? I'm trying to think of anything else that's new. I'm kind of a boring person that way. But I was kind of going through some of my paperwork and looking at everybody's VIP status. Thank you all for renewing. And man, that program is something. Actually, in reality, just that program alone with the 15% off, just about I think all but one of my people who were VIPs came out ahead, that more than if you would have had a party on the old program. I thought that was really something. That's a huge thing. You know, savings, I was really skeptical about. I was super skeptical, actually, about that VIP program. And being a part of the Hostess Club, you know, doubles that essentially, because you end up getting you get the specials that I offer, plus the specials from Close to My Heart being a VIP, and it pays off. It's awesome. I think in a lot of ways, doing that, you actually get more than if you signed up as a consultant and was a hobbyist. So I thought that was pretty cool. This paper and this rainbow strip are both from Sawyer. Sawyer is that new paper pack along. Everybody's so into the bee paper. Sometimes I think the other paper got missed, but it'll be the highlight next month, primarily through Close to My Heart. They kind of focus on one paper per month, and this month is that Sweet as Honey. And so it's a really, really popular paper pack. I've noticed a lot of companies are having bee paper right now. So I really love how this looks, and I thought about just leaving it like that, but I think I'm going to distress the edges. When I distress the edges, I just use my scissors closed like this, and it's a little bit messy, but I just kind of roughen up the edges of my cardstock. Like that. And you can see it leaves a lot of lint, but look how it kind of leaves it a little, kind of the edge kind of rough. And I'm gonna put adhesive on the back and attach that. Whenever I have kind of a rougher edge like that, I like to not have adhesive right up to the edge. I like the edge to stick up just a little. Isn't that cool? I could have inked it too, and that would have added to it. And then I cut out You Mean the World to Me. I have a whole bunch of them stamped on scraps, and then I just matted it. I looked at the colors of this card and I thought blue, purple, brown, it's like a lot. And so I wanted to tie it all together, and the color of the rainbow, this yellow, is pretty cool. I'm not a yellow fan, but when you can use it in a smaller amount, I think it really does help. And if you're going to mail your cards, you could use the thinner tape if you wanted to. I'm still using the inside of our shaker from New Year's Eve. Ta-da! Isn't that neat? So, okay, so there's card 2. Let's do card 3. Card 3 is very similar. Now, this is leftover paper from, do you recognize it? Wonderland. And I love it with the charcoal. And so since these bunnies are a little more gray, I was going to watercolor them, to be honest, but I think I'll use the ice gray blends. And we'll start with light. And I'm just gonna, I just colored in all over. You could just do the edges like that. You can see it looks fine, but I'm gonna color them in. And then I'm gonna go back with my medium. You know, this set, it's interesting because I was just using it with my smitten paper because it looks so cool with as Valentine. And then I was using it with my Wonderland paper, which is, you know, winter, right? That's weird. It's like so interesting that you can use it with so many different things. It's just sort of a generic set. To me, you know, bunnies are spring, so you could use it with a spring paper. Cute, right? I'm gonna make both bunnies the same color. Like that. Okay. And I'm gonna get out my darker. I want to show you the shade. So on the ice gray, here's the 3 lighter ones I just used, and then you can see the darker ones get really dark. So when you switch to a darker blend, make sure you really start with the light color, because you may end up with something a lot darker than what you had intended. And so, but I want to show you, this is kind of cool. I'm just scribbling some color on here like this. And then when you go back to your light color, right? Look at this. I can just blend it out. I'm just scribbling over that color. I am, you know, no artist, but I think it looks great. And so you can, by going over it with a lighter color, what you're doing is you're adding a little more alcohol to that color, and it kind of, you know, makes it a little less harsh, right? And so I think on this one I'm going to use my ice blue blend and do the little thing. All right, and I probably should add just a little pink on the cheeks and maybe a little on the tail. Isn't that cute? I just love it. Okay. Stop coloring. Let's put this together. So what I did for this one, let me fold my card base. This Wonderland paper is amazing. I love both sides. It's hard to cover up one side and not use it. And so I decided, okay, I'll just use it on the other side. So I'm going to use the kind of rosemary side with the little ferns and branches, and then I will flip it over and use the blue side on the bottom like that. And then the zip strip that came with this Wonderland set is this one, and I think it just looks great. I went ahead and cut that one down ahead because I wanted a border around the edge. Okay, so we have our charcoal color, we have our bunnies. I'm gonna glue them on. So I want you guys to take a moment, not this moment, but take a moment and do a little search. If you search for this Stamp of the Month, some of the consultants have done a really cool, they do like blog hops every month of the Stamp of the Month, and they show their ideas for how this was used. And I just think, you know, everybody has like a, excuse me, ever since I went outside, I've been sneezing. It's like there's something in the air. It's warmer today, which is nice, but something got blown up. So I took my Oh Happy Day and I cut the words apart. And I just wanted to show you another way to use that message. And how cute is that? Oh, happy day. Oh, I forgot my string. So one of the things, of course, that I love to do is use baker's twine, and I want to show you a trick. Sometimes I will tie my little bits of string onto the baker's twine like this. Ahead of time. Before I put my string on. I forgot to put my string on though. And then I have, you know, this on already, and it's slidable, so you can do this across a scrapbook page, you can do this on a card. Let me just trim it so it's not quite so wonky. It's weird, it's like I started off coughing and sneezing and snorting, and it sounds like I have a cold, but I don't. It's not a cold. I forgot to take my Claritin this morning. Okay, and so see how that goes on there? Just like that. Isn't that cute? I meant to put it on before I put the bunny on. I'm like that. I lay everything out thinking, oh, I won't forget. But there's the card. Isn't that cute? Love it. I like the dimension that baker's twine and ribbon adds. It's so fun. Okay, so for the last one, this is going to be a little surprise. I'm doing a scrapbook page, and I think it's cool, so I'm going to keep it out of sight just for a minute, and we're going to color our little bear. And so I grabbed gold brown shades, and so you'll notice I have the blend, which is the lighter colors, and the shades, which is the darker colors, and I like to start with the light, but it's really light. So you can see here is my bear. And of course you can keep him really light like that, but I think he needs some more color, especially if I want him to show up on my scrapbook page like that. So, and you could even go with your dark colors and just put a little bit here and there, like around his nose, and his back, just where you know there would be some shadows, like that. And then go back with my lighter. And then back to my lightest colors. So this is why the markers are a great deal. It's a great idea for your 50% off item as hostess, or, you know, if you want to start collecting the marker colors, I get it. And I am cool with you going ahead with like, if you want me to do the free stuff, substitute some of the markers instead, you just let me know, because I'll buy a big batch of markers and kind of put them aside, and then as people want the free things or whatever, instead of what I offer free, you could get a marker, and then it'll be like a cheaper way of getting the markers a little at a time. I think I know of 3 people who are starting to kind of collect the markers, if you will, and it is so fun to get them all at once, but a little at a time is better on a budget. I realize that. Okay, cute, cute, cute. Let me just put a little color on my bee, and I missed a spot there. Okay, ta-da! There is my bear. Okay, let's do that scrapbook page. Let me move that out of the way. And so this is page 1. It says, "Oh honey," and these are stickers, all stickers. This is the Sweet as Honey paper and zip strip, and then I added that wood grain to it. I also added, this is Sundance and black, and I didn't attach this because I don't know if my pictures are going to be horizontal or vertical, but I really do love how this looks, so I hope they're horizontal. And then the other side, I did sort of the same thing. I want to add my cute little bear down here at the bottom, and I'm gonna just glue him on. Now, I thought about backing him in black, but I really like how this looks. The little black flying bees are part of the sticker sheet of this pack. And then I have these 2 pieces and the "You Make Me Smile," and I added a couple more of those little bees. So I think this is completely adorable. And let me just make sure that's straight because it'll drive me crazy otherwise. Okay, pretty close. Okay, so these are not attached yet, obviously, right? Now the other thing I had was, remember the cork pieces from that Sweet as Honey set? There's a whole bunch of little cork pieces that look like little hexagons, and I have a little heart left, and I thought, well, this is a great page to use them on. And so I'm just going to, these are adhesive backed, so I'm just going to peel that off. I say just, like it's so easy. I'm just going to peel that off. Sheesh. And then I'm just going to start making like a little beehive pattern over here. Honeycomb. So, and I like having a little bit of space between. I do have a few. This layout was made with leftover stickers from the scrapbooking workshop. So if you really love the scrapbooking workshop, I think I've made 2 more pages using this. It just keeps going. It's just going on, and I just love how it looks. See, even if that's horizontal, it'll still look great. And then I think I'm going to add one up here at the top. Like that. And I think I'm going to add the cute little heart up there too. I have some really cool pictures of me and Steve that I think will go really well on here. Try to decide where I want it. Ta-da! There's page 1. Okay, and then page 2, I need some honeycomb over here also. And I could put them around the bee, but I think I'm going to put them up here in this corner. I really love the look of these stickers that are they're like flowers, but they're kind of that sort of a, I want to say a little grungy looking. I don't know how to explain it. They've got a little bit of shadow to them. And so one of the things I was going to do on this page, and I decided it was too messy to do right now, with all the crazy that I have going on today. But, wow, I got that crooked. Boy, once those are on, those are on. I was going to add the gold spray to this to make it look like it's dripping like honey, or a little bit of gold here and there. I really think it would look cool, so I may go back and add a little bit of that. And if I do, I will put it in my comments or something. Okay, I used up all my cork pieces. Here is my layout. There's page 2. My mats are falling off. Page 1. And then, of course, we made the cards. You mean the world to me. You make me smile. And the Oh Happy Day that I still need to add the baker's twine to, which I will. I'm just going to glue it on the top. And we did coloring today. What else? I think that's it. I think that makes for a pretty good afternoon. So, let me know what everybody's up to and what you're liking in the catalog. And if you want to get together and make Valentine's, I'm here. So, thank you. Have a good afternoon now.